Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon, and good evening, depending on wherever you're listening from. Um, Today, I want to talk about a very sensitive matter, and that is I want to speak about democracy in Africa. Um, as I learned during my school days, I learned that democracy is government of the people, by the people, and for the people. But the way it goes in Africa, democracy becomes the government of the politicians, by the politicians, and for the politicians. So, if you are a poor man or the poor masses, they don't gain anything from the government. The government is just for those people who are in government. And that has been the biggest corruption so far in the black world. I'm sorry to say. And this thing has caused a lot of problem in the process of election and electing the honest people in Africa in politics. And that is why most of the African countries are not even moving forward when it comes to politics and it comes to development and civilization. Because most of their politicians are there for their own pocket and on their family. They are very busy sending their children overseas for more studies and saving their country's money in foreign banks. They don't think about building the roads for their people. They don't think about fixing a good electricity for their people. They don't think about fixing water for their people. They don't think about increasing the educational standard for their people. They don't think about increasing the hospital standard for their people, health standard for their people. They don't think about creating security for their people. So once you are made a governor, then you are automatically a billionaire. Once you are made a local government chairman, you are automatically a multimillionaire. Once you are made a minister, you are automatically a multi-billionaire in your own state. And so on and so forth. Politics becomes a fight in most of the African countries because once you are successful to be one of the politicians, then it means that you are a rich man automatically. And that is why you see people going from one appeal court to the other appeal court when they lose their election. It's not supposed to be so in the Western world. When you know that your election is a service, a post, electoral post is a service what you are going to give to people you are going there to serve people. You are going there to do your job as a politician, to serve your people. It's not supposed to be a do or die affair. So why are you taking somebody to court of appeal and court of whatever to regain what you have just lost? You are supposed to congratulate the winner and then wait for another 4 years so that you can compete again. But no, in most African countries, you see there will be war. Immediately it will come to a big war. People will die just because you lost your election as a president, you lost your election as a governor, you lost your election as a minister. There will be demonstration on the street, there will be fight, there will be destruction of government properties because you lost your election. Why? Because you are looking for something. You are looking for your pocket. You are not there to serve. Anybody who went there to serve can never and will never fight after losing an election. Let me tell you people, if an election is only for rich people and because of money, somebody like Barack Obama wouldn't have become the president of America for once. But he got there with merit, by merit. That is why people voted for him and he became that president at his time. Now let me take you people back. If you are blind, let me take you. If you go to Africa today, there are some presidents who are doing very well at the moment. Let me use the president of Rwanda as an example. The president of Rwanda is doing very, very well at the moment. He's supposed to be emulated. He is here by merit. He is an educated man. And he's showing the difference between service, a service politician, and a politician who is there to eat only money and fight for his pocket alone. He's a very good example. Go and check the president of Ethiopia, the young man there. He's doing so well. And he is there by merit. He didn't share money to people to vote for him. And these are the kind of president the African countries need. If only Africans will change to do things in this way and choose the right president, and the president themselves will come there to serve their African people, I'm sure that the world of Africa will change in the next 10, 20 years. But the problem that most African countries are having is these corrupt politicians taking over at all time, feeding themselves, making themselves, enriching themselves with the public money. So, and that has to stop. That is not democracy. That is a different way of government, a corrupt way of leadership. And that is why some of them don't even know that the road has gone bad. It doesn't interest them. They will take their jeeps and their convoy and go on a bad road. It doesn't concern them. They don't care. So, and this is why we keep on falling and falling and falling, and later we will be blaming other countries for not helping us. Why must they help us? Why can't we help them, other countries? In most of the countries you are expecting to come and help you, the resources you have as a country is more than what they have. But because they use their brain to work honestly within themselves, that is why you see their economy growing. But because we are corrupt, the gold and silvers and oil we have in our countries is not enough for us because somebody is pocketing it single-handedly. Fellow Africans, let us be honest with ourselves, because that is the first thing we're supposed to do. If you are a president, go and work for us as president. If you are a governor, go and work for governor as a governor. If you are a minister, go and work as a minister, and stop taking our economy back to your own private purse. You are there to serve the general public and not just for you and your family. National cake here and there should stop, because even the poor masses are part of this national cake. You cannot take the whole money and let the poor masses go and suffer hunger. This is what we are suffering, and that is why you see our young people running away from our country, which God has blessed with milk and honey. Simple because there is no honesty. Someone will take away the money that belongs to the whole country and be eating it and be using it for him alone. It is corruption, and we must stop it. The youth have to stand up and stop this corruption in the whole African countries so that Africa will grow. There is no other magic we need to do than to select a good government. And by the time we do this, our country will grow by itself. We don't need help from the Europeans or from the Americans. We need to help ourselves by being honest to ourselves. Corrupt politicians must stop. And we must choose our leaders by merit and not by their financial stand. This is my advice to the youth of today. I don't want this video to be too long, but send this message to all the leaders of the African countries to be honest to their people and to remember that democracy is the government of the people, by the people, and for the people. And not just for the politicians and by the politicians and for the politicians. I greet you all. May God bless you. Remain blessed.